Hey everyone, John W. Quinn here, the author of Someone Like Me. Hope you get a chance to read that book. Time for another video blog. What's on my mind today? We've been talking a lot about developing a winning mindset. And I wanted to talk a little bit more about that and how, the question is, how do you react when things aren't going your way? That's an important question. And how can you develop maybe a better reaction to adverse situations? We all face them, right? Things don't go our way, or things happen in our lives. Uh, how do you react? And I'm often, as I always do when I'm thinking about mindset, remembering my time at SEAL Team 3 and being around those guys. It's pretty interesting to see a Navy SEAL candidate really go through the first few days of training because here's what they'll do. The very first day is you got these candidates standing in Coronado on the beach. They're all dry. They got, they're dry, plenty of sleep. Their bellies are full. And they're fully clothed in their uniforms, from jungle boots all the way up to their soft covers and things like that. So they're ready to go. What they'll do is they'll march them out into the ocean. And they have to get fully submerged. And they'll come out. And then they'll roll them around in the sand. They call it making a sugar cookie out of them. And they'll do this several times. And so after 3 or 4 or 5 times of doing this, an instructor will say, okay, and they're standing there, and the instructor says, okay, now we can begin. And that's the starting point. Now, why do they do this to these candidates? Well, life is easy when you've got plenty of sleep and you're comfortable and you're warm and you're dry and your belly is full. Now, how are you going to react when those things are taken away from you? That's what they're looking for in their candidates. They want to see who's going to break. And it's amazing to me, it was always amazing to see who made it through Navy SEAL training. You often would think it's the big, strong, tough guy. No. It's really the quiet, unassuming person in the corner going, when they're cold, wet, and miserable, he can look up and smile and go, this is awesome. I love this. This is exactly why I'm here. That's what they're after. So when times are tough, and I remember, 9/11 anniversary was just this past week, and if you know my story, I was on an aircraft carrier that John C. Stennis on 9/11, and we were 100 miles off the coast of California, qualifying pilots for deployment. So we were the ready carrier, and here we are in 9/11, and how am I going to react? I was helping run the administrative department for a ship's crew of 5,000 people. So I had to actually slow myself down and kind of take in every moment to not panic, and look and go, okay, what can I control right now? I can do this, I can do this, and be able to sit down and make myself a list of priorities and go, okay, number one, I've got to think about, who's been affected by this tragedy on the ship right now. The friends, family, moms and dads that are possibly in those towers. How do we get those sailors home? And things like that. How can I help the ship? What does the ship need? Because the ship is, we're going to go. We were we were going to be gone for a bit. I remember we were gone off the coast of California for about a week, going up and down the coast. And we went back to San Diego, I think, for a day or two, and then we were gone for 9 months. So you got to be able to react. My best friend Phil and I talk about it all the time. When put in positions of leadership, you have to lead. And leaders are looked at oftentimes for their calming influence, and how, especially on an aircraft carrier, or maybe you're supervising young personnel, you know, you get very emotional. It was a very emotional day for many on board that ship. It was an emotional day for everyone, on board that ship. But people were looking for leadership, and I remember being asked, senior chief, what are we going to do? Well, you got to have that answer, even if it's I don't know, but we're going to find out, and we're going to be okay. So developing that mindset to handle tough times, it takes practice, but sometimes you just have to step back, remain calm, and go, okay, what can I do to handle this situation at this very moment? Let me go do that. Yeah. So it's kind of what I'm thinking of today. Hope everybody's doing well. Hey, please subscribe to this channel. I'd really appreciate it. Share it as well. I'd love to get to 1,000 subscribers. Hit that bell icon. I'm trying to generate more videos. If you've got more ideas on things that you want me to talk about, whether they're cerebral palsy related or not, let me know. If you're looking for a speaker to come in via Zoom or however your company uses technology, I just did an event last week with a Fortune 500 company, and it went fantastic. Everybody was very pleased, and we had a great time. We spoke for about an hour, and it was wonderful. So I'd love to do more of that. So if your company or organization brings in speakers, please think of me. I'll put a link to my website below. Again, johnwquinn.com. That's all. Have a great day, and look after one another, and be well. Talk soon. Bye-bye.